Hey, what's up everyone? Thanks for joining me today. Today is a special day for me because I'm actually trying out my latest combo, which is my finesse style combo. So I got a Curado BFS on, and I got that paired with a Dobyns Sierra series Ultra Finesse. So this is the lightest casting combo I've ever thrown. I'm going to be working, I'm going to talk more about that afterwards and tell y'all what I think about it, but I'm going to be throwing a Marabou style jig. So this is probably about the heaviest I'm going to go on this rod weight wise, 1/8 of an ounce, maybe a little more once I see what it's capable of. But I'm tying these on, so I use a loop knot, which is one of the few times I stray away from a polymer, but I'm gonna tie it on with the loop knot for a little more play, and we're using 6-pound fluorocarbon to kind of give me a faster drop rate due to the river being high, the current's going fast. I got a little bit of wind, so I'm gonna try to get some fish on. I'll tell y'all what I think. I'm super excited. Let's do this. Guys, hopefully it is a little windy. Hopefully this doesn't affect the audio too much, but let's give this a shot. Oh, I'm excited. I hope I tuned this well enough. I got it probably kind of tight right now, but oh yeah, man, that definitely casted that 1/8 ounce jig further than any of my other rods could. That was beautiful. And I'm on bottom. I can feel everything. Extremely sensitive. You guys heard that it does have audible drag that's real, which is super cool. I'm using a 8.2 by 1 reel. I specifically got this for creeks and rivers. Well, I had that in mind. It was a big part of it, so I like to obviously cast upriver, and I'm bouncing this jig off the bottom, and probably the bottom 2 feet of the water column right now. So I like to be able to pick up that line so I can continue to work this jig as I go downriver. That's why I chose a higher gear ratio. Normally I don't go this high. Certain setups I have for like dragging jigs I do, but I'm normally a 7 guy. This setup is fantastic. I am so happy with this purchase. Oh, there's a fish. Oh, that drag is awesome. Okay, I don't know if I want to flip this guy. I guess we're gonna try it. Oh, on the 6-pound Flora. He's a decent. Look at that jiggy in his mouth. Good looking first fish on the setup. I am so happy with this. This is just so much fun to fish too. I mean, that guy he put up a fight on this setup. All right, I'm gonna show him on the big camera right now, since he's our first. Need the honors. There we go. First fish on the BFS setup. Man, it's a nice one. He fought hard. I love catching these guys on these Marabou type jigs. All right, awesome. I'm gonna get you back in the water. Thanks for being our first fish on the new setup. Those waves kind of passed. All right, For colors with these guys too, I really enjoy throwing these for bigger panfish. For these white bass, they just eat them up, bigger panfish, and occasionally I'll catch a bass on them. But crappie and whatnot, I like white and yellow. Those are my two go-tos. I also brought some chartreusey white ones because I figured this water would be muddy, as you can kind of see. I'll try to zoom in on that when I edit this. Yeah, let's bounce this around some more. I'm stoked. All right, I'm getting a little more comfortable with this reel and its capabilities as well. I wish I had a little more room to kind of just bomb cast this and see how far it really could get, but I'm not gonna play that game right now, especially with this 6-pound fluorocarbon on. That just sounds like a mess. This is just a fun, oh, there we go, a fun bait to fish. All right, already better than the other day. I was out here trying to catch these fish. I was catching them smaller than this, and this is on the smaller end. All right, the weird weather's got them running. We're gonna be in the 70s today. It's in the high 60s right now. So we went from last week here in Tennessee, almost in the 30s, mid 40s to 70s in a week. So that's February here. Oh man, this guy's on his way back again. Oh. Decent. Let's tighten this drag up a little bit. I haven't fished this light of line in a very long time. Oh yeah. Look at her. She's gorgeous. Give you a little more lines. That's a good size white. See that? This was about the bigger one that we got the other day, and I was able to get a somewhat decent fillet off. It was pretty skinny. It cooked real fast, but try to get some fatter ones than her on. They are running today. Oh yeah, there's one. Ah, that is a stud. Look at the size of that skipjack. That is just a stud of a skipjack, guys. Wow. Oh, very slimy. Hot dang. That's a big one. He's fat. Little fat girl. Oh. Look at the size of this skipjack. That's a big one. Oh, that is a good looking skipjack. I had to share this. Stud. Oh. Nice. All right. All right, guys. The wind's really picking up, so I'll end this on a positive note with this beautiful fish. Wow, that's a good looking one. They cannot resist the jig. I'd say that was a major success. I absolutely love the setup. I'll get back to the house and I'll tell y'all exactly what I thought about it. Hey guys, thanks for checking out today's video. So I wanted to get out on the water and try out my new combo and really show it off and talk exactly what I thought about it. I had a good feeling as soon as I actually got my hands on it. I was a little hesitant when I was ordering it, so I wanted a light casting combo. The lightest I've ever gone is medium straight up. However, I wanted something I could pick up line quickly on, fish really light baits with, and just, you know, have a good time with. I don't have any light casting combos, so I started looking around rod wise. My rod selection, my reel selection was easy. The Curado BFS, I already knew about it. I actually didn't know about the audible drag feature until I started lining the reel, and I was thrilled when I saw that, because that's just really cool, especially when you're fishing really light line like I was. Which I was using 6-pound fluorocarbon, and the BFS, it did extremely well. I was able to tune it pretty dang well at home. It was not difficult at all. I had my settings dialed in within like 2 casts on the river, so awesome reel. But anyhow, into my rod selection. So I was browsing a few of the brands that I enjoy fishing, I feel comfortable with. I like their quality, I like their customer service, such as St. Croix, G. Loomis, and Dobyns. They're my big 3 really. I have plenty of rods from other brands, and you know, there are some absolutely stellar quality brands out there other than those 3, but those 3 are like my personal favorites. So I couldn't really find too much G. Loomis wise for a light casting rod. I think the lightest I saw was a medium. At least I was looking on Tackle Warehouse, and I looked around, I shopped around at Bass Pro. I think they're owned by the same company or whatever, but as well as St. Croix. For their lighter stuff, you had to go spinning, so which does make sense, but you know, I really wanted this light casting combo. Anyhow, I got to Dobyns and I saw their Sierra Ultra Finesse series, and what they offered was what I was looking for, and I was really torn between a 7-foot, and I don't know if it was a 7.4 I'm thinking, or a 7.6 was the other next size up they offered. I was about to get that one. I'm glad I went with the 7. I think 7's just what I needed. But so I was looking around. I decided to get no, I don't want to mess this up because it's a mouthful. They're Sierra Series Ultra Finesse casting, which is an extremely reasonable price point, I think, for the quality of this rod. Its sensitivity rivals some of my $400+ rods. So it's rated for 1/16 to 5/16 ounce. Today I was throwing 1/8 of an ounce. 7-foot line rated up to 8 pounds. We're throwing 6-pound, which I'm not going to go any lighter than 6-pound. I might try out 8 next time. And it is a light, moderate action with an extra fast tip. So one thing I really like about Dobyns is I had to make sure my fan wasn't going. I've stuck so many rods up in there while I've been trying to talk on this. But One thing I love about Dobyns is their fast action rods are extremely fast. They do a great job with making them. I take it over the majority of other brands when I'm looking for something really fast for like worming or something I need that fast tip for. Also, the sensitive, so their higher end rods like my HPs are extremely sensitive. And I found that with this as well. So with this Sierra series, which was I think about 180, I could feel every little rock I hit with that jig head, even if I was like 10 yards out or something. It felt like an earthquake in my hand. Like I knew every time I got a little nibble, I knew I was getting bit, which is really helpful when I'm fishing these light baits. I can tell when I'm on bottom and I can work it like that. So it's a beautiful rod too. It's got like a really clean looking wrap. I like it. The cork style handle, I'm all about that. And it pairs extremely well with this smaller size Curado reel. So I gotta say, I am extremely impressed. I haven't found one con about it, especially at that price point. There's nothing I would really want to nitpick. I'm extremely impressed with it. So durability wise, I don't know. I haven't brought in a big fish yet. You guys saw I was catching, you know, maybe a pound, just over a pound max of fish, which was an extremely fun fight. But yeah, I'll let you know when I get out there. I'll fish it. I'm gonna try to catch some big fish on it and see how it handles. So hopefully it holds up. I have broken a Fury or two, but I think that this is definitely a step up from a Fury. So anyhow, bait I was throwing today, I'll cover this really quick. There's not much to say about it. Was the Johnson Beetle bow Marabou jig. So this is definitely like a synthetic Marabou or something. I'm pretty sure it's illegal to use actual real Marabou, which is an African stork. Anyhow, I had these lying around from a trip I went on where I was gonna do some crappie fishing up in Oklahoma. I just bought a bunch of these. They're like $2 or something. So I grabbed like 10 packs of them, went out, and I had a great time. But I had them left over. I knew the whites would eat them really well, so I knew that they just eat these up from fishing them last year. But they're okay. So the quality control's not quite there, that's for sure. I had a couple of these. I mean, you know, you get the ones that are painted over, which is a real pain in the butt. This one didn't even have a eye to put my hook through. Like I just looking what I have left over, I picked out some of the worser ones. This one's, its body is like wrapped up in the eye. I mean, what could you really ask out of like a $2.99? What is this, a 10 pack? Probably a 10 pack or something like that. Oh, 8 count of jigs. So also the hook quality, I mean, if you snag up, you're bending this hook out, that's period. I think it definitely could bring in a decent sized fish, and I've caught some black bass on these occasionally, and it held up fine for that. But durability wise, I mean, I've had these unravel on me a lot. Not the highest quality bait, but what can you expect for the price? Anyhow, I wasn't gonna go out and try to spend a ton of money on Marabou style jigs, so these really aren't that bad. I mean, at Johnson's, I think they make the Beetle spin. I do tie these on with a loop knot, gives them like a little more play here and there. But yeah, well, thanks for listening to me rant and rave about the new combo, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. As always, it's a pleasure. Take care of each other out there. Be careful and enjoy yourselves. All right, bye-bye.